Good morning and welcome to the Vanora Engadinwind, brought to you by Dakine. I'm sat here with Balls Moller, and we are about to kick off with the final of the EFPT European Championships for towing. We've got 6 riders coming up and we are going to see some thrills and spills. We've already had the warm-up this morning.
Some
and the boys
were going dribble.
And the girls were going off. Yes, I did say girls because Sarah Keita Offringer, Lady Sarah Keita Offringer, has made the final, knocking out some pretty big names. Tatty France, out.
Yesterday the most excited run was the run before Sarah, because she was leading in the first round. She was leading the fleet with 4 points, not the biggest points. I mean, she was secured in the final. And then she's throwing off her latest one-handed burner, the last run. You could see her stoke in her face. She was so excited to get that move going.
It was stylish as well.
It was super stylish.
So just to give you an idea of how we're going to do this, we've got 3 runs with the best run counting. So literally they can go all out because it only takes 1 go. So it won't be over until the last run. We're going to go in the seeding order. So it's going to be Sarah Keita up first. It then should be Amado Vrieswijk, but he is actually doing some racing stuff with the IQ foil that's coming up later. So he will actually go last in the running in this first round, and then he'll go back to his normal seeding. We're then going to have Antoine Albert, who looked really good this morning.
He had this air scopo yesterday in the second qualification run. I mean, that was a hot move, and the conditions they're quite similar today. We got a little breeze. I mean, we got perfect towing conditions. There's blue sky for now.
And
we're expecting a slight
bit
of breeze. Yeah, we're expecting some thunderstorms today, maybe some hail, maybe crazy winds. Who knows? It's going to be a very excited day here
at
Engadinwind.
Proper lake conditions. If you've ever seen any videos of this guy with his crazy stuff, it could go a bit like that later.
Yeah.
So let's get the towing out the way and then we'll talk about that, because it is going to be a bit loose maybe. We've also got Steven van Broekhoven, Mr. Consistent. He's been the only one who's nailed the sort of spin into off the wake. How do you explain that?
Exactly, like he's jumping before the ramp, so he's actually doing the first rotation before he's hitting the boat ramp, and then doing the second rotation over the ramp, which is it's a very technical and sketchy trick to do. I'm feeling scared watching at it. I'm scared watching at it.
If you're wondering why he's sitting here, he's injured at the moment. He injured himself doing this exact sport, towing windsurfing.
I would love to be out there now. I mean, this feeling we're gonna experience now there, Sarah. She's holding to that winch and she's holding the bar, and she knows it will kick off in a second.
Okay, so before she kicks off though, Jentel Kers is also coming up, obviously the 2019 freestyle champion. He looked super on fire this morning. And then we have the young gun who had never done towing, I think, before this event last year.
He experienced the first towing freestyle show here at the Engadine, and now this year he's on top of the game.
Yeah,
he's ruling it.
Leonard Nubar. He lives in Naxos in Greece, where Balls and actually Sarah Keita and a few of the boys have been out there training
the past month, and we were freestyling hell lots, and of course there were a few days with no wind, but as we couldn't expect anything else from a 60-year-old boy. He wants to be on the water all day, so the locals they arranged the car so they can do towing on the beach. The police actually showed up, and the guys, they were like, yeah, our Leonard, he needs to train. And then the police was like, yeah, but next time you're telling us when you're doing it. And they were like, yeah, tomorrow 9 o'clock again. So this fella, he's hot. But now we're going into the first round, and it's no one else than SQ.
And she is getting better, I tell you. Every run she does, she seems to get better, gets more confident. Yeah. She's got that ever classic smile on her face, as always.
The boat is running. The winch is on. She's in her straps, smiling as always. What will we see? What will we see?
Will we see the one?
Good ramp. Oh no way! Oh. That was an air funnel rotation.
Air funnel rotation. Didn't quite get the pop we saw her get yesterday.
Yeah, not yet. But she was a tiny bit too late on the ramp. Anyway,
is that what it was? Just we're going to see the replay here. You can maybe talk us through it.
I would say, as we can see there, she lets go of the winch, and the boat just a tiny second too late.
Oh, too late.
I mean, the boat was too early.
Okay.
She was a bit too late. But anyway, she she proved that she's not for no reason in that final.
No, for sure.
I mean,
she has got the moves. Like you say, that is the key though, isn't it? Timing that run with the wake, getting everything to line up and then nailing the move. A few things you got to think about.
And speed matters, you know. Speed is your friend. When it comes to those rotations we want to see today, it's all about the speed. And as we could see the last days, Leonard, he's always like he's trying to get the last bit of speed out of this bar, out of this winch. He's literally pulling himself into those moves, and it's gonna be exciting. And look at this beautiful scenery! Isn't this place just unbelievable?
Yeah,
every time I'm up here, I'm forgetting about the cold water, you know.
But I mean, that's what I mean. People, if they don't know where we are, in Silver Planet, in Switzerland, and everyone thinks, yeah, Balls is from Switzerland. What does he mean every time he's here? You don't live here.
I'm actually living as far as possible from this place here in Switzerland. I'm living almost 4 hours away from here in the northwest part of Switzerland. We're located on 500 meters, so much lower than this place here. And it's
how high are we here? Sorry,
1,780. I mean 1,800 meter. So that's a fair bit of height. You can feel it while pumping.
I'm getting fitter just sitting here.
You're getting fitter just commentating here in the booth. The nicest studio in the world.
Exactly.
All right. Next up, Antoine Albert from New Caledonia. I think one of the most overall riders who windsurfing witnessed. I mean, he's doing it all. He's doing it all.
He's keen,
he loves the towing as well.
He's timing this right, I think.
He got that. What the hell?
How did he get move? That was a half a scope.
That was a scope flu. I don't know, a scope.
Is that a half cono? Switch half cono?
It's a switch cono.
But like a radical one.
Actually, to be honest, it was nothing. He just hit the ramp and went up and down again. But the way he did it, it was brutal. And he's still on his board. So
the thing is, it probably won't score that much. But to do that is so hard. But it won't be reflected.
He went out
in the
of
score.
his trap before he actually landed, and he still sticked it. So he was. He must be stoked that he didn't have to get into the water. I mean, to wake up, there's nicer ways than going face plant into that cold lake. But as you can see, it's such a technical trick, as you don't feel the sail power. So you got to do it out of your body movement, which is not the easiest thing to do. Wow, cool.
Having a few people saying, check the mic.
Check the mic, check the mic.
There's no wind.
Maybe.
Have we got good sound? Let me know, because I'm reading a few
do
things.
not eat your mic.
I know.
You got some breakfast?
I'll put it further away. Is that better?
You got some breakfast? Swiss cheese breakfast?
I did have some Swiss cheese breakfast. How warm's the water, Balls?
Cold.
Is it 17?
17, 60 degrees. It could be much colder. I mean, it's a warm summer here in Switzerland, so the lake gets heated up quite well. We had a nice fondue yesterday evening with Sarah. She's super stoked to be here in Switzerland. I mean, 1 week ago we told her, hey, take your winter jacket with you, and she arranged the winter jacket just a week before she came here, and got sweaters and everything. Otherwise she would be here in her board, in her bikini. I mean,
but that's the thing. It's such a good setup here. The way, if no one's ever seen it, there's a campsite right on the beach, I guess, on the lake.
At the surf station.
So it's grassly rigging up. Anyway, we've got Steven van Broekhoven. It should be a mod of Vreeswijk. He's going to be coming up later. Oh, a little bit of chop.
He's facing some chop there. But he got the speed. There's the... Oh, no!
Oh, God.
I hope he's fine.
Oh, that looked like his foot just went...
I want to see the replay. That's what I said, you know why? That's what I mean.
About jumping before the wake.
Everything can be great, but when it goes... Look, he's actually... He's actually landed onto the ramp. So,
well, that wasn't what he wanted. it wasn't what he's been doing in the previous days, but maybe just a little bit late. He wanted to time it so he had more
Onto
speed
the
for the
ramp.
double pop.
Onto the ramp. But that's what I mean. This trick should get scored much higher, because it's such sketchy to get the timing right.
Oh, we're getting like double replays because we've got our live stream set up so it's delayed. You can actually do that if you've got 2 monitors. Just have one on like a 10-second delay, and then you get double.
I would get 4, like 4 monitors, so you can like watch it 4 times over, because it's what those boys are sending here is truly amazing, and I'm so sad I'm not taking part. I mean, I was close to get over my pain and over my fear and just anyway send it on that winch, but it's for sure smarter to not force my ankle much more, because he was literally doing what they're doing here, which ripped my outside ligaments.
I can imagine it's not going to be good for you. I'm glad to hear you being sensible, Balls. People hear your name and they don't put sensible in the
I'm not feeling it during the
sentence.
day. I'm feeling it at night. During the day my brain sets off and I'm going all in with the adrenaline and whatever. But during nights I'm feeling it. I'm getting older.
I was going to say, how's the mornings? That's what happens when you get older.
The mornings is the worst.
The
but
mornings,
I'm rolling my ankle, so I'm getting warm, and then full send all day, and then I will rest when I'm deaf. No. All right, next up gonna be no one else than the current world champion.
Yep.
Freestyle
2019
world champion.
freestyle world champion and European champion,
Aye.
and last year's champion here,
Towing.
the towing. So he's got a few
Ooh, he's coming switch stance, which is
regular.
so hard.
Here we go.
Which
What's
is
he got,
so
double?
hard. What will we see? He got a. Oh no!
Oh! Are
He
we
missed that takeoff because he wanted the last bit of speed out of that wind.
doing crash for cash?
I think it was supposed to be tomorrow morning. No way. It's when you want to go all in, you got to. You could see he missed the takeoff.
Like, you cannot underestimate how dangerous this towing is.
It is dangerous.
The boys and girls are risking it here to put on the show for the crowd. We've got a crowd, we've got no wind, so this is why it's the perfect discipline for the mornings here. We've got racing in the afternoons, we've got foil freestyle coming up. Balls is the current world champion. You're already the world champion this year.
I won the first run on the first day, and yesterday too. We had two very epic foil freestyle sessions. I mean, Steven and Leonard, and also Rohan, Michael, they were putting off a mad show. And the craziest thing, we're 9 people, and all of them were going full send. We saw some flaka tries yesterday on the foil for the first time. We saw some guys landing the first chakas ever. So the boys are kind, and the foil style going through the roof. I mean,
and I heard there's an expression session today which should be on the live stream if we
got the wind.
Full.
I mean, if everything comes together right, we could have a mad thunderstorm coming up just at that time. So we're gonna see some foil doubles, maybe.
Some lightning.
The last session I was freestyling here with my ankle set right. I was trying double loops on the foil out of flat water, and it works because the foil gets this momentum and it spins you around. So mad action to come on those foils. I'm excited.
I have a feeling I'm going to have to try it at some point,
and
I'm slightly scared about that.
So
okay, here we go.
Next up, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonard Nubar from Naxos, Greece. He's obviously German.
The Greek freestyle god.
He is the king at the moment. In the warm-up this morning, I saw a triple.
Yeah.
A triple.
And
now,
he's mad hot to
he's
send
got a
it.
fair bit of pressure on him. He's only young, but just watch this kid. 16 years old, got a bright future ahead of him. Could he win it this year? First run for the young lad. Here we go. Boom! There you go.
It's the first time I see him claiming a rotation.
Yeah, he knows.
Wasn't claiming.
He claimed.
He claimed it.
Good lad, I say. Good lad.
Fair.
That's a replay. Check the style on this thing.
Say first move to kick off.
Perfect, though, isn't it? Just solid.
It's not a double air burner, but it was a burner 360, I would say.
Yeah.
And the way he sticks it, he would
good.
sail away.
With 3 runs, that's his first one,
Yeah.
and that's safe. Safe, big score.
that means
he's going to go next level. I think we're going to see next level. So we got the last rider coming up from this round. It's going to be Amado Vreeswijk. He's a little bit out of sync, as I said, because he's doing the IQ foil, which starts in the afternoon.
and he's been on the water all day yesterday doing the foil Formula R. So
He's been a busy boy, hasn't he?
Formula 1 rider.
He's doing everything.
But he seems fit. I mean, his arms, if you look at them, he's looking like a bodybuilder, you know. He had to cut his wetsuit open, otherwise he would have too many cramps. So this boy is on it.
Okay, so next one, Amado.
And no wonder he's using a 4.8 freak for towing. I mean, all the rest of the riders there on the 4.4, 4.0s. Amado, the big fella, he's going with the 4.8. Yes, yes.
We have Christoph is jumping with the speed line and landing right here.
Oh, yes.
What do we have?
So apparently there is Uli Gesteholz. He's a legend, a Swiss legend, a speed flyer, parachute flyer, and apparently he's gonna land into the lake. This dude, he's crazy. So there will be some extra show next to it.
I've got to
I
ask
wonder
you-
if he's coming in a sec. But anyway, there will be Amado. Amado coming up next, 4.8.
Johnny Bravo. Here we go.
Look at this.
He is
look at
massive, isn't he? He is absolutely massive. Here
yes.
we go.
That looks good. Oh, the speed drone almost flew into him. No way.
So there we go. What's that? Pretty
I would
solid?
say it's also a burner 360, but to be honest, I would score the one of Leonard a bit.
Just to give you an idea of the scores so far, leading at the moment, Leonard Neubauer, 8.44 for his effort. We've got Antoine Albert in second place at 7.81. Steve Mabrokoven in the threes. Jens Cares obviously in the twos with that crash, Arakita twos. And Amado Vreeswijk, we're still waiting for his score, but we'd expect him to be right up there.
Yeah.
So, solid start from a few of them. A few
Hey,
of them
the
needing a bit of
first
work.
wingers are up in the air, so the wind is kicking in. Cool. Gonna be a great day here on Lake Silvaplana again.
Looks like he needs a
I'm
bit of air in
excited.
that tube.
I'm excited.
So yeah, the wind is already kicking in. That's
Yeah.
not great for the towing though. It makes a bit of chop, and I think it gets the timing of the wake a little bit harder. And the apparent wind is obviously increased because they've got a gradient as well to deal with. So that's going to be interesting to see how that affects the scores, because Leonard Neubauer has already got a good score on the board as we wait for Amado Vreeswijk's score. It's just dropped in at 8.06. I don't know if we can get the scores on the screen. Can we get the scores on the screen? And can you take
Here
a
we
look
go.
at Mike?
So
There we
first
go.
round, Leonard up in first, Amado second, Antoine third. Sarah Guitar, she needs to improve her scores. We want to see her on the podium. We got to see her on the podium. I mean, the past month we were in Naxos together, and there was a fun competition, and she made it up on second place in the boys and girls category. It was the first competition where girls actually were allowed to compete in the boys fleet. So amazing.
She is a scary opponent. I mean, she has got the moves, hasn't she? She has got, and Oda as well, and Micah.
Sarah is not yet ready.
Okay, so we're going to just do a little run round with the boat as we're going back through.
Rumors have it there will be a parachute flyer, one of the best speed flyers in the world, dropping into the lake in a bit. I can't see him yet, I can't spot him yet, but this guy is crazy.
Any
Really
just a
fast notes.
question, is there any non-crazy Swiss guys?
I don't know, we saw Jeremy yesterday, he threw his gear right up on the beach.
Oh, we did call it. Well, you said he was a rock star.
He's a
And
rock
literally,
star.
he ended up on the rocks yesterday.
Rock star. His board is still all fine apparently. It was like 10 cm in front of the, and there we go. You
There
can
he
see
is.
you can see Uli Gesteholz on his speed parachute. I mean, those guys, they're crazy. What they're doing with the skis, he's literally dropping down the hill with like 100, 150, 160 km, doing spins and flips. what they're doing is mad. What they're
What's he
doing
going to
is
do?
mad.
Land on the water? What would
He's
be
gonna
cool?
drop into the
give
water,
Give him a
apparently.
foil board, and then when he lands, he can just
I
foil.
want to see. I want to see Uli. I want to see Uli.
Gold medalist in snowboarding.
Let's get him on the cam again, Uli. Up in the sky. Check up in the sky. Could we change the cam on the live stream?
Yeah, well, he's
Can we
coming
get-
in. He's coming in.
Uli is coming in. Wow, no way. Look at the speed he's dropping in. Uli! Man, this guy is crazy. In his board shorts. And look, he's floating back to the beach. No
We're going to
way.
get an action replay on
Look,
the.
he's too fast for the cam.
There you go.
We couldn't get him into focus. Crazy guy, crazy fella. So that's Uli Gesteholt from Switzerland. He's the pioneer in speed flying, and to be honest, it's a sad story, but he lost almost all his friends doing this sport because it's such a mad sport. What these guys doing, it's
Does he do
mad.
the winging as well?
He
The
goes-
original winging.
the wingsuit flying
Yeah.
as well. But what he's like doing, and he's a pro in, is with the skis, with this
Okay.
small parachute and the skis, they drop down the craziest hills. And then the mad thing is they're going over cliffs no one else would even think of going down, because they fly. And half time they're in the air, they're sort of flying, they're
Then
sort of
touchdown,
riding,
okay.
touchdown, and then if there's a rock or something coming up,
Oh.
sometimes they time it wrong, and then
God.
I'm to be honest, I'm a crazy fella, but I'm not sure if I want to do this. I want to do paragliding,
Yeah.
but like dropping it with a small 9-meter parachute down those hills. I'm not sure if I'm keen for doing this.
That sounds
So
crazy.
big respect. And I was sharing with Uli Gesteholt, I was sharing some crazy times here in the winter time for a movie project called the X Project. We were going with the sails, with the windsurf sails down the hill. A movie will come up shortly. A big movie project we had, and he was with his skis and with this wing. He was double the speed of mine, and he was flying around me, over me, like woo! I was like sailing down with my snowboard and my sail down the hill, and then I heard someone from behind like Wah! I looked back, and there was like boom! One guy shooting next to me with like 200 km. Crazy stuff. All right, straight into the next round coming up
Okay,
hot.
so just to give you a
as-
little, I was going to say, just give you a bit of an idea of the scores at the moment. Leonard Nubaya leading with 8.44. Amado Vrieswijk in second place, 8.06. Antoine Albert 7.8, and the rest really haven't got a proper score on the doors yet. So Steve van Broekhoven, Jentel Kers and Sarah Keita yet to really throw something down. But we're expecting big things from those riders. There's some the biggest names in the sport are sitting right there, aren't they? I think we're missing Goito. And a few
It
others,
would be
but-
nice to have
but-
here, but the rest of the hotshots are here, and the winch is on again. The Malossi Turbo winch of Matthias. Woo! He's a badass winch driver.
Here we go.
Black horse.
SQ.
SQ up on her board.
What's she got for us, Balls? What's she got for us?
I want to see that one-handed burner again. Oh no, she missed the ramp. Because
We got the winch guys saying too slow or too fast or
no, they were too late at all. They're for sure definitely too light, too slow.
okay.
I hope she can reply.
Slight miss time. It's difficult, isn't it, to get the whole timing right? Or we need like more fat people in the boat to create the wave whatever happens. We need some more pies.
It's not that easy, and the wind is kicking in stronger and stronger. Today we're gonna see the marathon here on the lake. There will be, I don't know, maybe 200 guys on the water, maybe 300 guys.
We're going to have kites, we're going to have moths.
Windsurfers, wing
Wing-
surfers, and wind foilers, and whatever.
Are you going to do it on the wing?
I will probably be on the start line, but I don't want to do the whole race, because it's gonna. The start line is all you want to do in that race.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the whole lake gonna be stacked with persons.
But not on the same start line.
The kites are a bit delayed and the mods, but it's anyway still brutal.
But what about the
Check,
wings?
ask. The wings. Last year there was one guy taking part. It was Philipp Knecht. He was going all the way, but it gets tiring. You're I don't know, maybe 2 hours on the lake for that.
Oh, really?
marathon. Yeah, it's 42 km, and you need to go upwind, downwind, upwind, downwind, upwind, downwind. We will see.
How many
gonna be
laps is it?
4 laps. 4
Okay.
laps. But it's gonna, you know, for the kiters, it's gonna be their show. I mean, they're
Yeah.
going over 70 km downwind, and they're going literally straight upwind. So they're gonna be unbeatable. But the rest will be a crazy race. It's gonna be a mad race. All right, next up.
Well, next up, I guess it should be. It should be Amado. It should be on our list. It should be Amado. So they get 3 runs, best move counts. So it can come down to the last rider going who could win this European Tow-In Championships. Obviously, they do tow-in here because there's a lot of people on the beach, and people want to see some action in the mornings. And a lot of the time, it's glassy here in the morning.
Usually there's no wind in the
Yeah.
morning, except today it's full on now. I mean, you probably could do wheelie skippers already now, bumping with the 4.8s. All right, it's gonna be exciting. Next up, Amado, and we're going 3 rounds. So that's Amado's second round. So he will do 1 more before he's rushing back to the IQ Formula foil gear. So we will see.
Go. Little look over. He's a big fella though. He's got the biggest arms in the business. Does it help him in the towing? We're
We
about
will
to find
see.
out.
Whoa! Beautiful Scopo! Beautiful!
He's solid,
it was
isn't he?
not an air Scopo, but it was a truly, literally real air, like a real Scopo. He went all the way around with his nose and slided it backwards.
Looks
So-
super. I mean, the execution was probably perfect.
Amazing. Like a normal windsurfing, huh?
Yeah, like a proper windsurfing scopo.
Look at this. Nice.
Mixing up as well with a bit of variety. That's what we want to see.
We don't want to see. Last year was a bit of battle of the downwind rotations. You know, I mean, burners are the easiest moves to do because it's the natural direction of your body and your sail. But going upwind, pushing forward into that scope rotation is hard.
Yeah, we
There's a
definitely-
windsurfer going out on the water. So
IQ foil.
no, it's it looks like
Foil?
a foil glide from Severn. So
The alien.
the alien board.
New alien board.
We had yesterday the official announcement of my new Pro model, the Foil Freak, which is my one-to-go sail at the moment. I'm using it now since 3 years.
So just to give people an idea at home, it's a 4-batten
A 4-batten
freestyle
freak.
sail from Severn,
Exactly.
which you can foil on, which you also can do other stuff on, I guess.
You can do everything on it. You can even use it in the waves if you want to. I mean, mainly the best part of that sail is actually the power in lighter winds, as it's a 4-batten sail with lots of dacron, a high aspect sail. It got so much power to get you going in, let's say, 7 knots, 7 to 10 knots. You're flying with that sail on a foil, and in the meantime, when the wind gets stronger, you just put off your foil from the board, go freestyling with it, and then it's my one-to-go sail at the moment, the 4.8 Foil Freak. I'm using it. Last year I've been pretty much every day on that sail.
I have to say, Balls, I've heard you a few times on the stage, and you're quite a motivator. I was kind of like, God, I want to buy this stuff. You're making me want to buy it. I hear other people talk about stuff, I know, yeah, boring. You come on, like, woo! It goes from 8 knots to 40 knots, and I'm like, 8 knots to 40 knots.
Yeah, but that's my life, you know. I love to share the stock. I love to be out there, and to be honest, I'm nervous as hell. I want to go out there and just send it and have fun. But to be honest, that Foil Freak it's such a great tool, you know. It's just the play tool I'm dreaming of day and night. It's my best friend, you know, on the water. You got it in your hand. It's such a light feeling. But
And I can just tell you now, this isn't a sales pitch. This is just him talking to me. That's how he talks.
yeah. So, and you know the coolest thing is I'm seeing more and more also all the guys getting into foiling, and they start doing carving 360s and stuff like this. It's just having fun out there on the water, no matter the conditions.
Yeah, well, definitely I would say you are heading the charge for the foil revolution up here in Switzerland, because it is taking off. I tell you, this is like leading the way in some respects. I know in New Caledonia they've got quite a lot of foiling action.
As
But
well,
here
yeah.
in Switzerland it's like going crazy. Here we go. Antoine Albert talking to New Caledonia.
Yes.
Coming up next.
You can see the drone behind him, the speed drone. That wave looks good. He got a proper ramp on the. Oh!
That was a triple. The whole crowd went ooh then.
That was a 2.5 rotation. I want to see that replay. He lost the straps. He definitely lost the straps, but not even sure if it's bad that he lost the straps.
Here we go. Yeah, might have saved him.
Yeah. Oh no. He might try some new stuff like a burner into lollipop sort of thing, you know.
Yeah, anyone who doesn't know what a lollipop
Cool
is,
spin.
that's old school. That's a Willy Skipper where you spin it around.
You know, if I would be out there now, I would do a good old lollipop.
Good old lollipop.
A good old lollipop.
You a big fan of a lollipop?
Yeah, I love the lollipops.
I want to see more Willy Skippers. I got to be honest. I'm a big fan of the Willy Skipper.
I remember I was once trying it. I was holding on to the winch and trying the Willy Skipper. I was telling the guy to slow down a bit, and then the winch just pulled me over. And I realized it might doesn't work if you had to hold on to the winch.
Yeah.
But imagine you're doing like a Willy Skipper and holding on to the winch. So Ben is showing
I'm
me some
good.
old but gold freestyle action
Old
here.
but
Wow.
gold.
Body
Oh,
drag.
oh.
Man, what about the body drag in towing? Holding on to the winch and
Could
just
that
keep
work?
on sending.
That could work, couldn't
It
it?
could work. That would be your move.
I'd
You
be all over it.
You should show us the body drag in towing.
I think that's what it's at. The body drag, you're going to bring it back.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Steven van Broekhoven.
Stephen Van Broek.
He got second yesterday in the foil freestyle show. He's pushing.
He's
He's pushing it. He's pushing it. No matter what sport, what discipline, he's pushing it.
I think he is. He's going for the Olympics, though. Anyone who didn't tune in yesterday, that is going to be his next focus. He's kind of said, look,
Yeah.
I've been a world champion in freestyle.
Yeah,
I've
I've
won
done
events
that.
recently. I've kind of done that. I'm pushing the full
He
freestyle.
got a family to feed, you know.
Yeah, and the Olympics, he said, is like a new challenge, and
Yeah.
he's super motivated. He's one of the fittest
He's making his
windsurfers out
coach
there.
puke.
That was a classic. Yeah, don't go riding with Stephen Van Broek.
I don't want to ride a bike with this fella.
Here we go.
Right.
Are we
That
going to see
looks
it again?
good. Good speed coming up. Oh no! He tried to get that double pop again, but he
went
missed
too
the
high on
first
the first
rotation. He went too high on the first rotation. Yeah.
That's the
Hey,
problem when you...
live stream, could we quick film this kite fella out there? This guy. This guy there, now on the screen, on the outside. That's one of the maddest kite foiler in the world. Look at this stuff. What this guy is doing is amazing. This dude from France, Charles from France, what he's doing is it's unbelievable. This guy is sending it out of the orbit. I mean, now he's cruising switch stands.
It's actually picking up, isn't
It's
it?
picking up. The wind is coming up, and we're gonna see some mad action. Let's hope he's sending it. We got one shot. If you guys ever witness a foil kite sending it up in the air, look at the speed he got. He's flying over that lake, and now he's sending up the kite, and he's gonna shoot out of that scream. Look at this stuff, man. This is unbelievable, and then he's just flying away. So big shout out for him. What this dude is making is crazy. You should get and check out him on Instagram. You would see some pictures you haven't seen before
French
of
or
a foiler.
Swiss?
He's from France. So next up, Yento.
Jens Ulkeres, 2019 European champion, world champion, last year's EFPT towing champion here. I don't know if he was in total, but I think this was the only one. But Jens Ulkeres, he's got what it takes, but he needs to step it up. He's had a bad first run by his level, so he really needs to throw something down now to be in contention here for that title. Here we go, the man from Belgium.
Oh no way!
Oh, it's
It got to be a thing, those crashes. We saw Jeremy crashing the same way yesterday.
you think it's the wind?
It's probably the wind. Maybe it's the GoPro he got on his boom. Look, check the GoPro.
Stop that recording.
That must be a sick shot. He was going once around the
Ooh,
sail.
foot come out
No.
just on takeoff. Maybe someone's been greasing up the pads.
Yeah. We might could get Charles one more time and shot on his kite. He's gonna send it one more time here. I mean, the wind is coming in up. So if you want to check out this fella on the kite, go on Instagram, Charles Brodel.
You remember, we are talking to windsurfers here.
We're
Boss.
talking to
not on WhatsApp, aren't
windsurfers.
we?
But what this guy is doing, it's mad. Look at those airs. He's getting off his board, and there's some shots of him where he gets like I don't know what he's doing. He's just hanging and spinning around. It's cool to see the variety, you know.
Ah,
See what's possible on the foil.
What foil is he on?
He's on F1,
Okay.
and apparently, you know, Rafa, the boss of him. So Rafa, the boss of F1, was telling foils they're supposed to be in the water. They're not made to jump. And they got the craziest fella on the kite foil. I mean, what this guy is doing is just mad. He gets his board off. He gets the foil between his legs.
Sounds dangerous to me, mate.
I think one day he's gonna cut off his lines with that foil.
Okay,
All right,
here we go.
let's go
Leonard-
back to the final, into the second round of Leonard, who showed a very good double rotation.
Leading the way so far,
first-
yeah,
the first
leading the way, and he looks so solid in practice, in competition.
Will we see the first triple in towing?
We saw
He's
it in the
coming
training.
without the wave.
I'll see you
No
on it.
way, air funnel. What?
He's impressive, isn't he? He is super
He's
impressive.
sliding.
Right now.
He's shimmering over the lake like a rock. You know, it's.
Sponsored by
shimmering.
Spa.
Yeah, he's sponsored by the shopping center of Naxos.
That's not a bad sponsor, I
No,
guess.
it's,
Got to eat.
You know,
haven't
this
you?
fella, he's on the water eight hours a day, and he got to eat something, you know. And actually, Spar is just behind the surf spot, just so he's going there. He gets some takeaway food, and then he's going straight back on the water again and sending it all day. Aye, cool to see this young Greek god coming up. We will see lots.
How is he in the wind? I mean, this is towing, obviously. How's his normal windsurfing?
That's what I just wanted to say. This guy, he won the Naxos Freestyle Show 2020 by far.
Okay.
And I mean, he improved so much in the last weeks. Like every day on the water, he got some new moves. When I'm talking about new moves, I'm talking about new moves not yet on the list. And he's like, I was always filming him, and he was like, "You're not posting this. You're not putting this up and online." So he got some new moves coming
Okay.
up for next season. He's calling them Godzilla and whatever. crazy
Okay,
thing.
that's
But you know,
top
he's
secret information
yeah,
coming
he's
out.
growing. He's growing bigger and bigger, and he got long arms, and he's riding like a Godzilla on that freestyle board. And he got the double pop now on lock, and he got some
He
crazy.
must have grown like 10 cm since last year. He's
definitely one head taller.
yeah, I mean, he's shot up. I mean,
and
that's
he only started windsurfing 5 years ago. So imagine this: 5 years ago, he got into windsurfing, and he started freestyling together with my girlfriend Eva. And first up, they were learning the air type together. I think 3 years ago, and now he's inventing new moves
insane,
and,
isn't it?
and pushing the sport further to limits we never had before. I mean, mad action.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be one to watch, and because we haven't had any action this year, next year he's going to be even better.
Yeah.
So then, you know, Amado Vriesbach hasn't won that world title yet.
Oh no way!
So he hasn't, has he? So
Crazy.
you know, he's got to get a wriggle on. The years are going by. He's getting bigger.
Bigger and bigger and heavier and heavier. So
Doesn't seem to stop him going round the moon,
last
does it?
run for Sarakita, Chokokita.
Here we go. Sarah
Aruba.
Kita offering a little
She
bit
got
of a
her
wobble
sail
there.
down.
She went.
One-handed air funnel. I haven't seen this in.
No.
I haven't seen this in towing yet. One-handed air funnel. Yeah. She got a big fan club right up on the beach. They're cheering for her.
Let go maybe a bit early, or
But that's good. And I haven't seen a one-handed air funnel yet in towing. So that's a world's first.
I know you want to be out there. I can hear it in
Yeah.
your voice. You're like, I want to go and bust out one move. No
Maybe
balls.
tomorrow.
No balls. No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What size sails
They're
are they?
getting-
We talked about this yesterday. 4
they're
4
on
seem
the
to be a
fours.
popular size.
Yeah.
You said you go on the 4.
I go on the 4. It's faster on the spins. I mean, plenty. Sarah was now on a 4-5, but I think she took a smaller sail with her. So it's good to have a bit of pressure in your sail, so you feel like you're actually windsurfing.
Amado?
But Amado is on 4-8, but that's the biggest I've seen so far in towing. I mean, I recommend smaller sails for towing, so the rotation is faster. and it's easier as you're actually having no real wind in your sail. You just have the wind coming from the front, which is not a nice feeling. It's sort of stopping the rotations. But it's different windsurfing. It's cool to do, but I wouldn't say it's fun for a minute, but it's
Okay, there we go. We've got the leaderboard up, and it's still Leonard Neubauer with that first move, the 844 leading it. Milo Vrieswijk still in second place with his first run. Basically, everyone nailed their first run. Well, not everyone, but the first runs were the best runs. Steven van Bronckhorst and Jentel
to be honest, Jentel
needs to step it up. One left.
He's performing good under pressure, but he got to show something big. I mean, the winner from last year's Towin show here is, check, Amado is setting up his regular stand strap. So will we see his trademark move, the double air culo?
I'd love to see the double air culo.
He's doing it since 4 years, and I mean, maybe less than 10 people in the world doing this rotation.
Yeah.
And he got it on lock in no matter the conditions. He got it on lock. 5-2 on Bonaire. He does double air.
He's going for the win, isn't he?
Yeah. I wanna see that double air culo of him.
He's in.
It's not gonna be easy.
Oh,
look.
He's in. Is he
pushing
in?
that 4-8 backward. Look.
No way! Oh my life! He's gonna get there, is he?
Oh no way! Double culo.
1 foot. Well, quite get the time in, but still pushed it round.
It was a sketchy run up there to that boat ramp.
Yeah, that looked the hardest bit, didn't it?
Look. You can see now in the replay how he's.
But still, double air culo, 1-footed.
Aye. Cool show. I hope to see this fella winning the IQ now. That would be cool. He did good in St. Maurice. They had this expedition competition with invited riders.
I mean, that's the interesting thing about the racing right now. With with the IQ foil and the foiling going.
Steven and Amado, they won the first race. I mean, Steven won it and Amado was second. And apparently they missed the start from the second race because they were on the beach talking to celebrating, drinking rum. No, talking and having interviews, and they missed the second start. But hey, I mean, that must be an honor for Steven, winning the first IQ race ever.
That's pretty cool, man.
Sick! I mean, in the end, he lost. He had a crash on the buoy. He had a back crash with Steve Allen.
Okay.
He crashed his foil. Apparently, nobody got hurt, but he damaged his mast. So. And on the other side we see still Charles, the French crazy foil fella on the water, sending some mad airs on his foil. Ah yeah.
And how windy is it now? 8, 6, 7?
I would say 10 knots.
Okay.
10 knots, and he's on a 11.
Swiss 10 knots though.
Yeah, Swiss 10 knots, and we're high up, so he's sitting on his board, cruising around with his kite.
Here we go. Next up in the towing, we've got the New Caledonian Antoine Albert, and he has got the moves. He likes the big old Scopu. He's got the double rotations as well.
Will we see an air Scopu like yesterday? It could bring him up at the top. Whoa, that looks sketchy.
Well, fair play. I mean, that wasn't the safest start we've ever seen.
The hardest part is probably getting going there on that winch.
Wedged his feet in the straps. He's going big. Whoa! Air Scopu and then rewinds it.
Try landing.
He gets the pop, doesn't he? He gets the pop.
He's one of the only one in the world. I mean, I saw Donkey in Bodesdorf, in Neusiedl, doing a really cool air Scopu.
Off the boat.
Yeah, but that was a mad mastercraft wave, like double the size of this wave. So yeah. And coming up from, at this event we also saw Sam and Steve doing a double air completely in the air, but this wave was double the size of the wave we see.
Sam and Steve is also very freaky.
He's freaky. He's crazy. What he's doing since I met him first, I don't know, 6 years ago at his home spot in Rue, he didn't know what's an e-slider. He couldn't do e-slide, he couldn't do pugnetta, but he did like the maddest air Scopus. He was going 3 meters up out of flat water, and he didn't even knew that there's Gosada existing.
Really?
But he's one of this new generation, just overtook the freestyle basic moves and went straight into those mad new school moves. So yeah,
I'm still scared by the
exciting
spot.
time to be alive, you know. I'm doing
Windsurfing definitely feels like it's having
a peak time.
yeah, like a boom.
I
don't know, it
I
feels like
grew
it.
up with freestyling. I mean, Josh Stone when I was I don't know, a little boy. I saw him doing 100 box 540, and I thought, "Boah, this is cool." And then Amado double air cool. I mean, it's almost unreal.
How old are you?
I'm 26 now.
Okay, I was going to say,
grew
Josh
up-
Stone, around 2000.
Yeah, I started
2001, yeah.
windsurfing. I mean, my dad was windsurfing since it's
Okay.
existing. But I mean, I witnessed windsurfing at first sessions around 8, like useful sessions.
Yeah.
I've been on the board before, but it was just, I was too small to hold onto the sail. So, anyway,
Here we go.
even up.
Steve Van Broekhoven, is he going to go for the double?
Will he do his
Will he just
third
go safe?
attempt?
If there is a safe out there. Oh, he's got that, hasn't he? Oh, early.
There's
early.
the first rotation.
Oh, he didn't time it right.
That's it.
He paid the price for commitment to the move because
Yeah.
that was not the easiest of moves, I
No.
don't think.
No.
Well, it's interesting. Can we get the scores on the board right now just to see where we stand? Because it's counting down pretty quickly, and Leonard Neubauer is looking pretty, could just see, just went too early, too much height with that apparent
Yeah.
wind and the gradient, kind of stopping his forward momentum after the first.
Hey, more and more people on the water now.
Oh, there we go. Antoine Albert getting 8.50, actually taking the lead with that last massive scoper attempt.
Leonard got to prove that he wants to get that title.
Wow, that is an interesting one now. So
Oh,
Leonard Neubauer is going to have to pull something out the back on his last run. Amado Vrieswijk will have a no, he won't. Amado Vrieswijk's done.
Yeah.
He's on 8.06. So the only people left to challenge is Jentel Kers. Sarah Keita
Sarah.
might get another go.
And Leonard.
And yeah. Ooh.
I mean,
Gonna call it?
Jentel, last year he won this event with an 8.9 or something.
Yeah,
So
he can do it.
he could for sure get up there on the podium. I mean,
If you are just tuning
Excited.
in, we will be doing this EFPT European Championship towing until I bet it going to finish around past, and then we'll be going offline and coming back at 3 o'clock Swiss time. So it's 11:15 Swiss time now, just so you know, and we'll be back at 3 to cover. I guess we'll be coming in
the
somewhere
finish
in
line
the
of
marathon.
the marathon, and then
the full
hopefully
freestyle.
4:30 the full freestyle show.
Okay.
We'll be there.
Yeah, that's the plan. So we don't know because the forecast is a bit funky.
Yeah.
We've got some crazy mountain winds just changing around 3 to 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So
there
we're
will
not
be
sure what we're going to
south
get.
wind till 4, and then maybe east wind to make things crazy and weird.
We started with a button knot.
Yeah.
We can still run it only with the wind cap.
So we're hearing from the IQ foil stuff over the thing, so they can't start below 10 knots, but if it does drop, they can finish, which I, think is fair. It's Olympic stuff.
Now we got for sure 10 knots.
Yeah.
There are white caps on the lake. There are also some jet foilers cruising around on the ad. I'm not yet sure what I mean,
Thinking of the jet.
I
foil.
love to be out in the nature and doing like a nature power sport. And those jet foils, those boards, it's for sure fun. I mean, we saw Mark Zuckerberg
Yeah.
on such a thing, and he's enjoying it. But so
That
far,
can be the bit that gets you into the wind stuff.
yeah,
you know.
exactly.
The-
So
the
might
sort
not
of-
even that bad. It gets you into this sensation of cruising, hovering over the lake, and then you realize it's much nicer with the real nature power to do it. I mean, winging, windsurfing, wind foiling. It's
Going big, mate. It's going big. Here we go. Talking of going big, Jentel Kers, the freestyle champion from 2019 in pretty much everything, European, world. He's got it all, but he needs to throw
Got to
down
go
a
big
move
now.
now.
Go.
He's got no chance. He has to land it.
crazy Malacca.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
What's he got? He's got it. Surely. No.
He lost it.
That ain't going to be enough, is it?
No.
He got the rotation, but he wasn't in control.
They
on the
want to see
landing.
that. They want to see the clean landing. So
Not
last
his
two
best
riders
competition.
up now.
Not his best competition. Okay, so, well, at the moment, Antoine Albert, what we saw, was in the lead. We're just going to refresh our scorings. Hopefully we'll bring him on the screen sometime soon again, just to remind you of how it's looking. But Antoine Albert is leading the last time we looked by about 0.5 or 5
0.6.
points or something like this.
0.6.
Here we go. Yeah. So it's not much in it, but he is leading. Leonard Neubauer. Is he next or is Sarah Keita next? We might get Sarah Keita an extra, might get an extra run.
Yeah, May Leonard, I saw him preparing before. I want to see Leonard at the top. He would deserve it.
He's looked solid, hasn't he? He hasn't even... both moves from him, as far as I remember, are pretty clean.
Yeah.
Actually, the second one, obviously, a 5.38, but
Very
Amado
good, they were-
Freestyle as well has been solid. I mean, if he'd have been out of 3, all 3 counting, Freestyle would have been killing it right now. But it's not. It's one move to count. One move, that's all.
So go big or go home.
So Leonard Neubauer will get a chance to win this competition here at the Vanora Engadinwind by Dakine in the lovely scenic town of Silver Plana and the lake. Just where we are now for this commentary booth of what you see around here is absolutely breathtaking.
This
It's
view.
amazing. You've got snow up on the hills, you've got all the trees coming through, you've got a bit of wind, you've got kite surfers, wingers, windsurfers, foilers,
Freestylers.
you got it all
Leonard.
going on. Sun,
I now finger crossed for Len. I hope everything comes together. I know he got this. Boy, you got this. Make
Here
it
we go.
happen.
Here
So
we
the
go.
witch is on.
dun 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 dun.
Animal.
Animal, here we go.
Pull this up.
I'm calling something
Good
big.
speed.
He's going to go for it. Whatever happens, he is not going to hold back. 16 years old. From that side.
All in. He got the speed. Whoa! Woo!
And how did he get his foot in that position?
That was a complete double air burner. Woo!
Bowles is going wild. Is that enough?
Yeah, that must be enough. I mean, no one does this rotation the way he does it. Look, it's a completely double air rotation.
Is that landed in control? That's what I struggle.
It's landed in control. I mean, those judges, they should do it better on their own.
Yeah. It's a bit like that, isn't it? When you land something like that, the sailor's like, well, I was happy with it.
Yeah. You know, the feeling on its own must be, yes, sick rotation. But it will be the landing that will score the. But I haven't. You saw how fast he spins.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
We haven't seen this rotation yet in normal windsurfing a lot. I mean, people trying it.
We're going to see it, I guess. I
Yeah,
have a
look,
feeling from what
he's
you
gonna-
said earlier. and
He's
from what I'm seeing
he's
here,
gonna be the boy who's gonna force it and land it first. I mean, I was at his home spot at Laguna Beach Park, and this spot is literally the ultimate.
I have a
playground.
question. Is there a chance at PWA at Naxos?
I would hope so. I mean, they're planning an EFPT next year
Okay.
in this small lagoon.
Yeah.
Because it's such a crazy freestyle playground.
It's a
one
little
of the best.
onshore spot, isn't it? With a little bit of sideshow wave.
There's a
like
reef outside and it's a lagoon, and there are 2 lagoons. The small lagoon is literally 150 meter wide, so really small. But there's the reef, and you can sail over the reef. There are ramps rolling in over that reef, and you can send it like mad, shifty both sides.
Okay.
Leonard and I, and he got the shifty shotgun lock as well now.
Hang
so-
on, Balls, before you go anywhere, look who I see warming up. She's got
Yeah.
one more run. Could she take it?
Yesterday it was
never
her
know.
last move. Yesterday it was her last move. So
Here we go.
Who
Well,
knows?
let's have a look at the scores before we see Sarah Keita out there, because it's going to be close, isn't it? With
4
everyone.
points.
What does she need? She
Leonard
needs
got
over-
only 4 points.
Yeah, they didn't like the landing.
Who cares about the landing?
So
maybe
Antoine,
Yentl.
yeah, Antoine Albert is leading at the moment, and the only one that can
no.
stop him is Sarah Keita.
Sarah will do it. Sarah, you got this.
She needs over 8 points to get on the podium. 8.06. I wouldn't be surprised. You never know. Big old Scopu.
I want to see that one-handed burner
There's
again
a bit
from
of wind though,
yesterday.
isn't
If
there?
she got it right, the one-hand burner. I mean, I saw her doing one-hand burner 360s in Naxos. So smooth, smoother than butter. You know, like
What you calling? Call it. Call it, Balls.
one-hand burner 360, please.
Okay.
We put her right up there.
That would be a
We
massive
put her
scout,
right
would
up
it not?
there.
That would be a huge scalp. Sarah Kita at the moment in 6th place. With just 4 points, she could move up into 4th place. And there's prize
I
money
want
for
to see
all
her
6.
on the podium. I want to see her on the podium.
Here we go. Sarah Kita offering the queen of freestyle.
Last
and
run
everything else.
of the 2020 Tow-In Freestyle Show.
She's got some speed. She's going flat out.
Speed! Yeah!
Oh.
She bucked the rail, but she made it happen. One-handed burner.
The one hand is off. She was definitely
must
claiming.
be fourth for sure. She must be fourth for sure. I'm not sure if she's beating Amado with that 8, but that was definitely best. Definitely. Wow! Look how she arched her body outside.
I love
She
it. The
got that beautiful
stretch,
rotation.
the style.
Yeah.
So Antoine Albert has done it.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the master of nearly orbits.
He's the master of that. He's the master of that air scope, and he owns that move.
And he was getting the most height. He was the timing was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, him and Nuba, I'd love to see a head-to-head with them two actually, because those two are definitely standouts. And Amado has to have the points for consistency. I mean, all 3 of his runs were landed solid. Impressive stuff. But you can see by the scoring, it is Antoine Albert that takes the win. Sarah Kita's score coming in just a 2.69. So she won't be. She's going to finish 6th. Steve Van Broek over 5th.
We got to go in the judge tower and just punch the hell out.
I'll let you do that, mate. I'll let you do that. I hardly know what I'm seeing these days. I'm like the guys at home. It's there's a lot of spinning going on, and it's just impressive. Nearly everyone out there.
Yeah.
But really good to see.
So windsurfers planing on the lake, even normal windsurfers planing now. So it's gonna be a crazy day with lots of action here in Silla Plana, and it's cool to be part.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
No,
I will
so-
get in the suit now and get on the water and just.
Hey, I think we're going to have to wrap it. First Muller is wanting to get on the water. Thanks a lot for tuning in. That was the European Freestyle Pro Tour, European Championships for the Tow-In, and that could be the title right there. So Antoine Albert, congratulations to him. Solid performance. Leonard Nuba is
Congrats to
definitely,
Sarah Kita, the only girl in the fleet.
for sure. Leonard Nuba is definitely the future of freestyle windsurfing, and we're seeing it happening even in the Tow-In. Looking forward to seeing him in the proper stuff. Amado Vrieswijk racing, doing everything, and just Mr. Consistent with the biggest guns in the world. And like you say, Yentil cares, not his day today. Steve
Not his day.
Babrokoven and Sarah Kita holding it on for the ladies. So there you go. Thanks for
Looking
everyone joining
forward
us.
to see you next year.
Thanks for balls.
I want to be part next year on the water.
See you at 3
All right.
o'clock. Tune in.
Full freestyle. Okay.